Hello everyone, welcome to the finals week now of Oceania 7 Key World Cup 2023, and we are kicking off this week with one match that I'm sure a lot of us are very, very excited. This has been something that a lot of people, myself included, have been looking forward to since the very start of the tournament, seeing these rosters in. It's going to be South Korea versus the Philippines, seed number 1 versus seed number 2. And I think there's actually some chances either way for both of these teams, despite South Korea being, of course, the favorites coming in every year, essentially, to the 7 Key World Cup. This Philippines roster is absolutely terrifying.
Well, it's quite something to note of because these two teams have quite the history as well. I mean, everyone remember that grand finals from 2019 and obviously that legendary semifinals match from last year's 7K Mania World Cup. And obviously this is one round further than last year's matchup. And it doesn't mean though that yes, this is a relatively harder pool compared to that recent pool. I think there is quite something in this. There's quite something in this matchup that may signs point to like a very, very spicy encounter. Well, anyways, let's introduce ourselves first. This is Sergio85 and Potassium F in the commentary booth. How are we doing?
I'm doing really well, of course. Very excited for this one. As you said, these teams faced each other last year, and that went all the way to tiebreaker in the semifinals. Philippines very close to being able to send South Korea down into the losers bracket for the first time in years, really, in the 7 Key World Cup. And we're already getting the roles in. Actually, something that I think we should probably note is that I believe VOD is not going to be playing for the Philippines in this match because of an injury.
That is the news that we've received over the past few 24 or 48 hours if I'm counting my time correctly. So we do see Boji participating in the proceedings with doing the roles and getting a 97. So I guess that counts.
Yeah, the captain duty's coming in here. Rolling 97 is actually really high. I don't think the Korean players have rolled just yet, but on the bright side though, for Philippines, I do think they are, basically like one of the only teams in this tournament that really have like those all 4 players being exceptionally strong. So even though it is a little bit of a hit towards Philippines' Rice ability without Boji, I think overall their team is still absolutely terrifyingly strong. And we see here South Korea banning an LN map, LN2, the coordination pick, and Philippines banning Rice 1. I think that's a pretty good ban, all things considered, given how South Korea's been performing on those speed picks.
Yeah, it's basically straightforward bans from both of these teams. South Korea should be aware of how strong Philippines' LN coordination game has been over the past few weekends, and it's kind of unlike the Philippines really to be strong on that front. Like you would expect the Philippines be the ones who are destroying like the more straightforward LN. So it's kind of nice to see an improvement really from the Philippines side. Meanwhile, the Philippines banning the speed pick, which is again super straightforward. You already mentioned how strong the Koreans are in their like super dense fast rice.
Yeah, absolutely. South Korea has definitely been putting up some really strong performances, I guess, over the entire pool, really. But I would looking at the scores in relative to other teams, definitely the Rice pool I feel like is South Korea's strongest compared to other things. Of course, beating their LNs also not something that very many teams is able to do.
Yeah, and like the Philippines is just right behind, or if not ahead. Like these two are possibly like the most evenly matched teams in this entire roster, and it's just so good to see them fight this late into the tournament, like a very advanced stage already. As we are going to be seeing the first pick, which is Virtual to Live, and the longest LN pick in this pool, and basically the easiest as well for some people. So accuracy is definitely going to be a factor here in this pick. And also, we're going to be finally seeing Barry play a map in this World Cup.
Is this actually the first time Berry has played outside the qualifiers?
Yup.
Oh, okay, yeah, in the bracket stage at least. Yeah, we haven't seen Berry so far, so this is the new player for the Philippines roster compared to last year, and definitely one that is extremely strong. So now that we're in, you know, the finals map pool, these are starting to get harder. And despite that, though, I think all players that we'll see in this lobby, they scale extremely well. So I don't think anyone in either of these teams has really hit their maximum yet.
Now, also on the Korean side, we will have basically the usual duo as we've had over the past. I mean, ever since last year, Dresser and YZ being a super strong pair. Overall, basically, some people would expect this pairing be on the Rice end of the pool, but like again, we keep on mentioning these two. The Korean teams' LNs are not something to scoff at all.
Yeah, I mean, South Korea is still getting like number ones in the team leaderboards for LN maps as well in past weeks. So that's not to say that they're weak in any form whatsoever at these picks. So this could definitely go either way. It is the Philippines' first pick, so one that you would expect them to be a little bit more comfortable on compared to some of the others.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have Korra and Berry obviously playing this pick, and they do have like the initial accuracy advantage. Berry carrying the mirror mod, which you'll be seeing this entire match. Berry is that kind of player who basically plays the entire pool with mirror. And like a dynamic that you'll be seeing also is that Korra might be the one who is going to be carrying most of the accuracy load in this match, and Berry will be the one carrying most of the combo workload, similar to how Liang and Turks did things last year for China. But that really depends, because this is the first time we're going to be seeing Berry as well in a World Cup, because if I remember correctly, Berry wasn't exactly like in the best form during last year or during the last year's World Cup.
But now these accuracies, although it started off pretty well for the Philippines players have dropped in accuracy just a little bit. And South Korea is staying at this 99.4 for both players. It's still flickering back and forth just in the score here, and all four players still on the full combo. We're past a quarter in already.
Yeah, we are going to be expecting quite a close matchup here. And like here, South Korea already kind of showing some glimpse of that better accuracy, as you mentioned, and they'll be carrying forward with that momentum throughout this entire chart, because this chart is one of the easier ones in the pool. So you're going to be expecting them just to perform very well. And like just look at the average. Like
look at this score.
Look at how consistent.
This is surely like 100, 200 points difference, but YZ actually drops some accuracy down with these short LNs right here, dropping down to 99.2. That's pretty big considering the accuracies that everyone else is holding.
But yeah, like as we've noted though, because like any mistakes being committed here is going to be a very massive drop as well. So Korea is within that striking distance pretty much. And we're going to be expecting YZ to be able to get that accuracy back up as soon as they could.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with this small lead for Philippines right now, it's so small, and YZ actually finding the first miss.
And that's kind of unfortunate. Team Philippines will be able to get a bit more of that breathing room that they really needed in this pick. Though I do notice that Korra did drop a few 200s, but it's a pretty clean drop, only one pretty much. So they basically maintain the best accuracy in this entire lobby. Berry just getting the same accuracy pretty much as Dresser as well.
Yeah, Dresser did actually drop down a little bit. Was holding above Berry before, but now Berry is actually holding a little bit above Dresser. And of course, Kura has been maintaining this top accuracy of the lobby.
YZ getting yet another drop. Kind of unfortunate there, but it's really what you get for pools. This kind of dense already. And this is considering that this is still a finals pool. There is still something in the grand finals pool at some point. Berry getting the first drop in the Philippines side, but the accuracy lead overall from the Philippines is kind of making the difference between between these two teams, but this start is far from ending.
Berry with 2 misses, but very quick in succession. It's still the combo lead in favor of the Philippines since YZ did miss twice. And the accuracy lead all put up by Kura right now. YZ and Berry trading misses here, but we're approaching the very end of the map now. And this lead is looking fairly solid. It's not going towards South Korea whatsoever. YZ finding another miss. Dresser breaking the full combo now.
The Philippines carrying forward to get their first point immediately on the board, and that is quite a dream start for Team Philippines already, considering that this match is definitely going to be quite the lengthy one, as it looks like, and Dresser getting yet another drop before the ending.
And my god, this is a flex. Wow. This is a flex from Kura. That's a statement opening map right here from the Philippines. Kura getting that's almost 980k on a 4-minute long LN finals pick.
Oh wow. Oh wow. If this is anything, this is just going to be a teaser of what's to come in over the next hour or so of Oceania.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all this accuracy right here. We can see the 200 counts between the teams. That definitely looks like Philippines are looking quite good on these LN picks, but now this is when we're going to see whether or not South Korea can pull off this back and forth. They have to go for a Rice pick, you would assume, and it's going to be Rice 7.
And they're immediately going for what is essentially one of the wackier Rice picks. And obviously similar to Virtual to Live, that was the longest LN pick in this pool. This is the longest Rice pick in this pool. So again, this is relatively easier compared to the rest of the Rice pool. And like I'm pretty sure the reason why they're basically just picking the longest ones out of the way, because like obviously there are no more warm-ups, so might as well get us out of the way. Though again, you cannot really consider this as warm-up because this is already in a competitive setting.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when we're seeing scores like we just saw before. Every single miss counting as much as they do with maps that are this hard is just brutal.
And now we're going to be seeing more of the South Korean accuracy in the Rice department, which is going to be quite a dynamic we'll be seeing throughout the rest of the match, as Berry getting the first drop from the Philippines side quite early on though, so it might not matter in the long term, but that really depends on how South Korea performs over the rest of this map.
My god, what a start from YZ. What is that accuracy at the first 500 notes of the map here? Still holding the top, and this is going to be South Korea off to a very good start here in this map. Berry's still catching up the accuracy to match Kura just in a second.
Dresser kind of dropping to below 99.4, but it's still a super high accuracy. Still both Koreans carrying full combos.
Now actually this ACK lead is starting to shrink quite a lot. Dressurf and Berry both tying in accuracy. YZ and a little bit above Kura, but Berry misses a couple times again.
Why the uncharacteristic misses there from Berry on this pick?
These accuracies are staying very close. Kura's now actually the top accuracy in the lobby, but finding a miss.
That is not something you really want, because both Koreas are still carrying full combos. And again, this is what we have been mentioning. There is going to be quite a dichotomy in this match. We're going to be seeing mostly LNs really from the Philippine side and Rice being taken advantage on South Korea's end, and Berry getting yet another 2 consecutive drops. Kura as well following that up. Meanwhile, South Korea carrying basically 2 full combos.
Yeah, and it's only halfway through the map, and the accuracies are really close. But with this many misses, it really does feel like it's not really going to have much of a chance for Philippines to come back already, even though we're only halfway through. This is 2 full combos still. 99.47 is the lowest accuracy out of those 2. And, I mean, you can't really do much. Philippines are just going to have to hope that South Korea finds a complete collapse in the second half of this map.
Well, the final quarter of this chart does definitely pick up a bit on the density. So if there's anything though, the Philippines needs to maintain their combos on that denser part in this start as well, while hoping that South Korea kind of gets a few mistakes. Barry getting yet another drop that is not what they need. Why is he aggressive? Just doing just destroying the start.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Like, what is this? Their Dresser has increased the accuracy now. Although finds a couple 200s there, that's not really what matters right now, though. This is just kind of domination over a pick like this.
We're already recovering to that mid 99.4 from that miss earlier, but like as you mentioned, what can you do?
There's really not much that can be done. This lead, it's already over in favor of South Korea right here. They are going to very comfortably take their own point, but I mean, all that's left to really do is see what are these scores. And oh no!
Oh.
The double FC was not meant to be, but oh my god, this team score, what is that? 980, above 980k average for both of the South Korean players is, I mean, most teams would not be able to beat that on the round of 16 pool, let alone finals pool.
Well, this is what you get whenever we have extraterrestrials being shown here on this match. And same goes for the background as well.
Yeah, and Philippines, we can see the accuracy in the Philippines. That is not far behind whatsoever. The 200 counts almost identical to South Korea, but the misses, I mean, that's really what did everything. Almost 2 full combos, and there's not really much you can do there. That's 1-1 now. Both teams winning their own picks right out the gates, and now Philippines, they're going to get another one. You'd have to think, you know, the LN's still up. We've still got 3 more of those picks.
And they're going to be going for LN1, which is the primary release pick of this pool. Actually, quite a good pick from the Philippine side. Again, going for the more unconventional, try to induce mistakes from your opponent kinds of picks.
Yeah, we see a funny star rating on this one, 9.5. Sounds kind of ridiculously high for an LN release pick, but that's how it goes sometimes when you have the wacky timings.
Yeah, if I think we have to take note, like the release pick from the semi-finals pool, I think was just below 5 stars, and now here we are, we just doubled that star rating.
A little bit more, yeah, a little bit more. So this is going to be one that, of course, is going to be extremely hard to maintain any kind of accuracy on.
Well, if I guess maybe a surprising thing to make note here is that both of these teams will be carrying basically the same duo still. Like, some people would have expected probably Arona to step in for Philippines at least. Though, again, like, overall, like, just mechanically, you kind of want to stay safe with, like, two, and same goes to the South Korean side. You might as well stay with, like, two of your strongest players in the entire team, because like this is a Titan versus Titan battle pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And Barry has been performing really well so far. So it makes sense to keep the same team. Maybe we will see Arona switching in at some point during the match. But for now, it is going to be the same 4, as you said.
And time to see whether these teams are able to maintain their form in the super wacky chart. And Dresser immediately getting a very early drop, but again, this is one of the longer LN picks as well, so those early misses won't really count for that much. But Dresser, okay.
I mean,
yeah.
If there's that many misses, then now that is pretty significant, as well as the accuracy drops that come with those as well. Down at the low 98s is Dresser. So this is going to be very decent early lead for the Philippines here.
Now it's the job for the Philippines is basically maintaining those combos now, pretty much. And just expect that the South Korean players are going to be able to recover that form immediately, as what they have been showing pretty much whenever they commit mistakes. YZ getting two consecutive drops. Dresser also following that up. So basically no full combos left in the Korean side. So now we're already seeing the splitting image of the previous pick.
Yeah, this feels exactly like how the past pick just went, but reverse sides. Now Philippines is the one with the 2 full combos. The accuracies do feel very similar between the two teams. If you subtract the misses from Dressurf's accuracy, I think that becomes like around a 99%, just like, you know, Kura and Berry. But with these misses coming in, another one again from Dressurf.
Not really something you want to see for on a match that's super vital. But again, like at least for the more dominant picks, you are aware that the match has practically just started, and these early drops, as Berry did drop some LN right there, so only Kura with the only full combo left. But back to what I've been saying. Again, this is still super early in the match. Like, you know that there's still quite a lot of picks remaining, so you basically just need to keep your head down and straight and keep looking ahead as Kura and Dresser trade misses, so no more full combos. YZ having quite a substantial combo already at the 3,000 mark, but the Philippines still has quite the advantage.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of number of misses, Philippines is still way in the lead right now. They also have a little bit of an accuracy lead as well. Berry finding another drop, but the lead is not going to be touched too much unless we're finding a lot of misses from the Philippines side. Actually, Berry misses a couple more times. This could get fairly close, but they are traded from Dressurf, and this is towards the end of the map, coming up very soon as well.
These reverting stairs to that stair transition kind of tripping up some of these players. Kura and YZ still maintaining their... Never mind. Kura, the only one maintaining quite a substantial combo going into the end of this chart.
And the score lead's actually getting quite close. Berry's found quite a lot of misses in the past quarter of the map. A little bit of an accuracy drop, but it doesn't matter in the end of the day. That is going to be Philippines managing to secure their win.
That's kind of cutting it quite close, though, despite being dominant for basically the entirety of the chart.
Yeah, definitely can't let up at all. Even when you find yourself in a bit of a lead, South Korea have the potential to bring it right back. But Philippines doing just enough here, 2-1. Every team winning their own picks, and now it's back to South Korea. Back to another Rise pick, you'd have to imagine.
Yeah, we are going to be... I probably expect one of the Chord Streamy picks coming for South Korea, especially Sentimental Surge, if they want to go to that direction. Maybe even Freedom Dive, really. Like, just get like more of the straightforward stuff out of the way, really. Like, basically go for the safer strategies. Though I would admire the bravery if they're ever going to touch, like, let's say Unconquered, or maybe even Cross Soul, or basically, God forbid, the technical pick, Lentak. I'm kidding.
Yeah, tech is definitely something I would expect to kind of be avoided somewhat. Not usually one that teams would opt to pick right out the gates in a match.
Anyways, while we're waiting for the next pick, we do have to mention that the Osimania 7K World Cup team support banners are up on the OSI store. If you want to support these teams playing in this World Cup and want some profile decorations, feel free to purchase them.
Yeah, not a better time than right now, when these teams in a very close head-to-head right now, at least so far in the match. It's going to be... Oh, okay, never mind. It is going to be the tech map here. I'm kidding.
Pretty unconventional strategy here, as though, again, this is finals. You kind of want to start experimenting with your picking strategy. Just going out, I think, basically just trying to clear out some issues probably that shown during the previous pick. And you really want those issues out of the way, because this pick is not friendly at all.
And it's also really, really short. 1 minute and 47 seconds. That means that every miss that might happen is going to mean way more than the picks that we've seen so far.
Now, I do think we'll be seeing this pick shortly. Now, the funny, I mean, not funny, more like something that we have to take note. Like, let's say this goes what the idea, what essentially is going to be the expected scenario here. This will be practically a 2-2 after this pick, unless something happens. It's like we're going to be starting to see some of the pool really basically start to narrow for both of these teams. Really, like you eventually some team will eventually have to break down somewhere.
Yeah, the safe picks definitely start running out very quickly here, but we'll see how this one ends up going. This one very volatile, being a tech pick and a short one at that.
And quite a surprising start here. Team Philippines actually getting the better start of between these two teams. But as we are going to mention, South Korea should be able to recover that accuracy at the start immediately, as we're seeing some glimpses of that.
Yeah, this ACK is very close between the two teams. It's looking like South Korea is starting to pull ahead a little bit. But with 4 full combos still on the board, anything is really possible at this point.
We have to mention that Kura and Berry do seem like they are maintaining quite similar accuracies here. Actually, there is some gap, though. Dresser really that 99.6. Although YZ kind of getting a drop here might give the Philippines some chances to narrow that lead and maybe pull it to their end. Though Kura trades.
Yeah, and this is going to keep South Korea in the lead. This accuracy lead from South Korea is actually really, really strong. They've built their accuracy up both to 99.5%. Philippines both at 99.3, so this is definitely advantage South Korea, but still only 1 or 2 misses I think could be enough for Philippines to bring this back. But we are already in the last quarter of the map, and Kura and Berry both find.
Yeah, this second half is the final quarter basically is super brutal. It's super easy to get these mistakes, and you also see YZ also dropping. That's the only full combo left in this pick, and I do presume that they'll be able to maintain this until the end.
Yeah, very end of the map here, and there's going to be the FC from Dressurf. Couple misses for YZ, and that's going to be it. That is going to be South Korea securing a second point, 2-2 now. 4 points in a row, winning, won by the expected teams, the teams that picked them.
And here now, let's see what remains in the pool. I mean, there's quite a lot of picks, safe picks for these teams, but eventually they'll have to continue with the experiments. So, if there's something we have to mention, like, there's not really much left into the longer picks as well. We're already looking into like picks that are basically just hovering around the 2-minute mark. So it's like mistakes or misses or any accuracy drops are going to be quite more evident in the remaining picks.
Okay, and we're back to the LNs from the Philippines here. We're going to be picking Cryonics. This is going to be the density pick, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is the density pick, but this isn't like the density picks from the previous 3 rounds where it's practically just a chord stream turned into an LN. Basically, LNs. This density pick leans more towards, like, there's some coordination element in this pick. Like, you can still do the play it like a chord stream strategy, but like this kind of density is like the stuff that really penalizes that behavior.
So definitely cannot rely on the Rice ability here. Have to really play these dense long notes, and I mean, you can imagine how hard it is to read and play this consistently as well.
Well, if there's anything though, like, these 4 players are those who expect really to basically destroy this.
Yeah, but that said, this one is another really short one as well at 1 minute and 47 seconds. This exact same drain time as the previous one. And actually off to an early lead for South Korea. Berry is struggling a little bit as far as the accuracy is concerned, dropping below 99%.
So the lead... Oh, Berry and YZ getting a trade, and basic clean drops for both of them, so the lead is practically going to stay the same. Why is he getting yet another drop? The Philippines might be seeing some glimpses of hope and getting that lead to their end, but something has to happen though. Something else has to happen.
It's very close. Yeah, South Korea do have the accuracy lead still, but Berry is definitely recovering this accuracy, but ooh, another miss. That's going to hurt things. We're already past the halfway point. This is looking quite good for South Korea right now.
And YZ trading that miss. Still quite a clean drop though, and Reserve dropping their full combos. That gives the Philippines some signs here of getting the lead, and they do, as Reserve getting yet another series of drops.
Yeah, the accuracy drop from Dressurf as well. Now Dressurf is down to Berry's accuracy. And Kura also matching YZ just about. It's coming down to these misses, and South Korea's just missed a little bit more. And that's going to be it. We're in the outro now. It's so close still.
Yeah, please this outro is so evil.
Please, oh my god! There's no way. God. That was 442. Not even a miss. That was a couple 200s at the end that almost gave South Korea the win at the end. But it is going to be Philippines holding on with an FC from Kura.
Yeah, that full combo from Kura kind of getting clutch there. Though I do have to mention that ending is kind of designed basically to troll players. Like just insert that coordination release section in the end just to trip up the players who are not paying enough attention.
Oh, and it almost completely trolled the Philippines there. They had I feel like a couple thousand buffer there at the end that just kind of disappeared in an instant.
Oh man.
I mean, breathe a sigh of relief for the Philippines right now. They managed to win their own pick, but it's starting to get close with a lot of these now. And South Korea, they still have a few rice picks, but might be getting in towards the territory that maybe Philippines can start contesting South Korea on the rice as well.
If anything though, I already now that you realize it, I'm kidding, was actually the safest pick South Korea would have gone previously. Here's the thing. The core stream picks are super straightforward, and it just so happened that South Korea's opponents are super strong in the core stream department as well. But I think South Korea is right here to test that theory, as they are going to be picking Freedom Dive, the faster of the two core stream picks in this pool.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing 211 BPM chord stream here. 2 minutes and 17 seconds, so not too long. And with something like chord stream, you know, if the players are comfortable at this BPM, they're comfortable with the density and the patterning, any miss could be completely fatal for these teams.
And still no substitutions from any of these teams.
They've got to be getting tired at least pretty soon, you have to imagine.
Well, yeah. I mean, just on a regular day, this is like just yet another play session for them if this was single player, but the competitive environment is going to subject it to a lot of stress.
Here we go. Pretty decent starts for both teams here. South Korea with a little bit of an accuracy lead.
Now here's the thing for the Philippines. They want to basically limit these mistakes in the core stream pick, because like, yes, they should be able to keep up with South Korea just fine, but like, you're going to expect South Korea to basically dominate this if you just show some semblance of inconsistency.
Yeah, and oh my god, 99.8 for both South Korean players, but YZ finds a miss. That's going to be the first miss, and I think this lead is starting to flicker over towards the Philippines now. The accuracy lead still keeping them in this, but Berry finds a miss now.
And that best also dropped Berry to below 99%, but like, there's still 2/3 of the chart remaining, and like, we're going to expect like both of the players who just commit misses basically to recover pretty fast. Though it does appear that Berry did drop a bit more in that accuracy department to 98.7. That is not a good sign.
Yeah, Berry is looking like they're hitting very early in those streams just there, which is why the accuracy tanked as much as it did. And now this accuracy lead is really significant. Dressurf and Kura basically matching each other as far as the score goes, but YZ with 99.6 versus Berry with 98.8 right now is quite a large difference.
And as here we go with the final quarter of this chart, where everything just kicks up a notch. And Berry again really hitting early. This is not something you really want to do.
And no one finding any mistakes here. It's just this accuracy lead that's really gonna be solidified here if no one finds any misses. But Berry finding a miss, that's basically going to seal the deal now. As we're getting towards the very end of the map, Kura's still on the full combo, but Dressurf matching it.
Berry getting a few consecutive misses, and that is going practically to seal this pick for South Korea.
That will be a solid win here. FCs for both Dressurf and Kura, 2 200s versus the 4 200s from Kura. 993 and 991. Not scores that I expected to see today, but here we are.
Yeah, they're pretty decent at the game. I think that's a good assessment of Dressurf and Kura.
Yeah, it does look like Berry's score is just kind of frozen in place there, but not going to matter either way, you know. You can imagine probably just left the lobby a little bit early there, or disconnected at the very end, but either way, wouldn't have made a difference in that score, given how the map was going. So it is going to be 3 to 3 in this matchup. Neither team so far giving much of an inch.
Now, this is where you kind of have to start wondering now. This is practically a best of 7 in the best of 7.
And the advantage that South Korea has right now is that Philippines only have one LN map left before they start having to get into those hybrids, which will be a little bit of a toss-up between the two teams. South Korea do have 3 rice maps left, so Philippines may be the one that's a little bit more tight for picks.
But then, like, I'm not sure if like this is how other people review this, but hybrids do kind of work like basically backup LN picks for players this high level. So it really depends on what their rest of the strategy is, and there you go, Philippines already going to that hybrid direction.
Yeah, they are going to leave the last LN alone right now. We're going to go straight into the hybrids. This is going to be another 3-minute long map.
Still no substitutions between these two teams. Well, I would say that, like, if we are not going to see substitutions, like, within the next 2 picks, I don't think we'll be seeing any at all.
Yeah, this might, I mean, so far we've seen all kind of different types of picks. Basically gone the full distance throughout all the different types of picks for now. And, you know, if the same players have been playing the whole entire time, you're right. I think these two may just be the best players for this level of finals map pool.
And here we go. Like, basically, I mean, nerves should be shaken off at this point, but this is like that stage in a match where you kind of start having those nerves.
And it looks like Berry is hitting a little bit early still.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And like Berry kind of probably should be able to notice that at some point, especially with these lighter sections. Really, maybe try to correct that going into the denser sections, because like it's harder to correct once like you're into the chart already.
Yeah, once you get into the rhythm already, much harder to correct that timing. But for now, it's looking like the accuracy is doing well for all 4 players so far. YZ finding the first break.
And that gives the Philippines some lead here, but like South Korea is still within striking distance. The Philippines do not want to commit any mistakes at all.
Yeah, absolutely. This accuracy lead is actually in favor of South Korea, but YZ finding another miss. That's going to help the Philippines out just a little bit.
Both Filipinos still getting their full combos pretty much dress serve as well. Never mind for dress serve, as no more full combos left in the South Korean side.
That was a good one from you right there. Both South Koreans finding misses, both Philippine players with the full combos. So this is going to be a small lead. This is only looking like about 5,000, 7,000-ish in favor of the Philippines. So a couple misses will definitely be able to swing it back towards South Korea, especially with these accuracies that they're still holding.
Oh yeah, here we go with this. And we're about to enter the second half where basically, again, similar to practically all of these starts in this pool are, like, everything just picks up in density just a tad bit. Like, not really striking that much, like, getting super spiky, but, like, this is where your consistency will really be tested.
When YZ finding another miss here, it's all coming from South Korea's side right now. Another miss again, and this lead is slowly growing in favor of Philippines. Dress Surf now with the miss.
The Philippines needs to continue on with this form if they want to get that advantage back. And Dress Surf and Berry do trade misses. Kura, the only full combo left, still carrying at 99.4 as well. Overall, basically the best act. YZ just behind in the accuracy, but those misses are kind of penalizing YZ's performance here. But still, super respectable scores from everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Berry has dropped it down below 99%, but the damage has been done. The combo from Berry, more than enough so far in this map. But Kura finding a miss, and we're getting a little bit close now. Hang on a second. Don't let up towards the end of the map.
Okay, not much of a heart attack compared to the previous pick for the Philippines here.
Not as bad as before, but you cannot let up at all. Kura still pulling out that 980k. Almost the FC just at the very end, finding that one slider break, it looks like. But this is going to be yet another map. 7 maps in a row now, won by the team that picked it. There's been a couple of close calls here, but so far, this match has gone exactly how both of the teams want them to go.
Yeah, and now for South Korea, I mean, we're going to be continue seeing the trend, I'm pretty sure. And I do, if the I was about to mention that they might be going for Sentimental Surge, never mind.
They failed the Connect 4.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. They had the opportunity, but it is going to be Cross Soul coming in first.
They might be avoiding Sentimental Surge, probably for the reason that, like over just a few weekends ago, like while this World Cup, like just before the World Cup was starting, Kura did get one of the best stamina rice scores in Oceania 7K, and like if there's anything about Sentimental Surge, it's stamina rice. So they are well aware of that, so they might be trying to avoid that until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, definitely scary picking something like that into Kura, but the counterpoint of that is, I think every map is scary into Kura.
Yeah, I mean, like, is there anything not scary in this pool overall? Like, regardless of who you are facing?
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams are probably scared of picking every single map into the other team. That's the level of these teams right now, and we're getting into this Rice pick once again, and it's going to be an early lead for South Korea off of this accuracy. Berry dropping down to the low 99s, but nothing too serious as Dress Surf.
That's got quite uncharacteristic there from Dress Surf.
And all of a sudden, Philippines now in the early lead, but just by a little bit. This accuracy from Dress Surf is still extremely strong.
Yeah, like basically both players carry a mid 99.6, and like the way everything has been going, unless Berry commits a few mistakes somewhere, they might be snagging the lead at some point. The Philippines really do not want to commit any mistakes at all. Ooh, YZ! Okay, that's pretty uncharacteristic on some court lines. Dress Surf as well! What is happening?
Oh, these misses now coming from the South Koreans. Philippines holding on with their combos right now. 2 full combos on the board. The accuracies are still overall a little bit higher for South Korea with 2 high 99.6s, but the misses. And YZ misses again.
Is this going to be the first break point of this match? As it stands, both the Filipino players still carrying full combos, but here we go, Berry getting the first drop in the Philippine side. Kura trying to meet the full combo and doing that pretty well. Dresser as well keeping up with Kura. Dresser,
oh my god,
does commit a mistake. And here we go, the turn keeps on picking up Kura and Berry getting consecutive. Both breaking their combos. Dresser and YZ carrying pretty similar combos with the Philippines, still having the lead, and there's still quite a turn remaining. You don't want to let up.
All four players missing right around the similar points there. YZ finding it on miss. We're at the end of the map already. I think this is it. I think the Philippines can win this.
And they do. First break point.
The first break point is coming on South Korea's pick. And the combo game won by the Philippines on one of these rice picks. 5-3 now. Philippines securing 2 points in the lead. They get the next pick. And this is looking a little bit shaky right now as far as the match goes for South Korea. They do not want to give up match point so early on.
But then we have to remember what happened last year in the semifinals.
Oh no.
Oh man. Are we going to see that same narrative happen yet again? But
I can't wait. Let's just I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves right now, but thinking back last year in semifinals, was the score not 6-3 exactly?
It was 6-2 until like Dresser just woke up and destroyed the rest of the pool.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who watched that match knows that, you know, South Korea is absolutely never out of it in any situation. Of course, right now, I think South Korea still have a massive chance of breaking the point right now even. Philippines picking the last LN map.
So, basically, I'd say this is probably their safest pick. Oh boy, like, hold on to your seats, folks, because this match is far from over, regardless of the scoreline what we're seeing right now.
Oh, I mean, it's only one break point away. We've seen South Korea come within 400 points of a break point just earlier before. And I mean, they could definitely do it again. They just need to hold on. These misses are really what's doing it for basically both teams. They're really coming down to the miscounts in all these maps because all of these accuracies between all the players are fairly competitive. They're fairly similar with each other.
And here we go. The Philippines going to be bidding for that early match point. And South Korea wanting to extend that match just a tad bit.
Yeah, I mean, if South Korea win this one, they're already right back into that drawn situation that we were seeing before. If Philippines manage to win this, then they definitely gain an advantage in this match.
The funny thing is that this is the mixed LN pick, and like at this point in that match, that semifinals match, like we had that 272 point incident in a mixed LN pick as well. So quite the parallel situation really from last year, aside from the scoreline. And here we go, super similar accuracies between these two teams. South Korea does look like they have a glimpse of the advantage though. The Philippines is saying otherwise to what I've been saying.
Oh, it is exactly dead even right now. There is no advantage for either team, and the 4 full combos still on the board mean that, I mean, nothing is decided so far in this map so far. It's looking like they're very finding the first miss. Fairly clean drop though, not too much accuracy dropped overall, so the accuracy leader actually, dress serve.
The Philippines just a tad bit of an advantage here. I mean, Kura and YZ do carry similar accuracies, Berry and Dresser as well, though Dresser commits yet another mistake. So advantage Philippines here, Berry does trade that. So basically, we're back to square one again, similar to what was essentially the situation like 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, traded misses. Dresser finding another one though, so now Philippines is going to be in the lead by just a little bit. One miss of difference, but this accuracy from Kura is also increasing the lead.
Quite uncharacteristic, but like LN coordination. LN coordination is just everyone's hated LN
It is so easy to drop combo on those. Deceptively easy, even though it looks like there's not many notes. Those are very hard to hold combo on. And it catches YZ off guard, and now Philippines, they're starting to edge out a little bit of an advantage. There's a quarter of the map left, but we've seen multiple times now they cannot make any mistake, even if they have the advantage now.
Here we go, picking up on that density yet again. Dresser getting yet another one of those misses. But, like, you have to stay calm still. And here in the commentary booth, it's not calm in here at all.
Yeah, South Korea holding on now. They've still got the accuracies for it. Dresser finding a miss though. And this lead is growing in favor of Philippines. Still, both players holding on the combo on the Philippines side.
We're holding on to that full combo. That coming in clutch, really. Berry and YZ trading, basically missing at the same note at the Philippines. Gets the early match point.
Oh, that's an FC from Kura right there. 987k. And just when they needed it, this is going to be 6-3. Philippines in the lead by 3 points. But we've seen this happen before. We saw this happen last year, and South Korea managed to bring it all the way to a tiebreaker and win it. The question is, can they do it for a second year in a row?
And also harder pool as well. And well, if there's anything though, South Korea does have the pick, so they have that going for them. And you also have to consider that the Philippines has basically exhausted all of the LN picks, and they only have the hybrids to go. And like again, the hybrids do work as a backup LN pick, but you don't. Those picks do get kind of shaky, as we've seen on Hybrid 2 earlier.
Absolutely. South Korea, they need to win the next 3 points in a row if they want to force this tiebreaker out of the Philippines. And there are 4 maps left in the pool. So 3 of these 4 maps will have to be played and won by South Korea. There's not that much choice, really.
Okay, Sentimental Surge, dense chord streams, super straightforward, but very risky considering their opponents. Unconquered, chord jacks, but not the easiest chord jacks in the world. And they are going to be, and we're going to be seeing Sentimental Surge, one of the Osu originals composed for this Osimania 7K World Cup. A very, very banger of music. It sounds so good.
Oh, but this is so tense right now. This is a 4-minute map. This is a stamina one. The dense chord stream at 190 BPM. And I mean, South Korea did win the other chord stream pick, the speed one. So you would think this is a fairly good pick for them. But we'll have to see how it goes. They'll have to win this one if they want to start mounting this comeback here.
Like, we have to note, this is still the first match of many this weekend, and we're also almost getting like some breakdown here in the commentary booth. How much more once we go into the other matches as well, which are super high stakes as well.
Yeah, what a first match of the weekend we're seeing. Well, very, very, very early miss. That's within the first 50 notes. Not going to matter a huge amount as far as the score is concerned, but is going to have to build up that accuracy quite fast. And oh my, dress up.
Yeah, 99.94.
How's it going there?
Yeah, basically just turning off autoplay for 1 second and then going back on.
Why is it in Kura? What are these accuracies? What is this ratio? This
very the only difference between these two teams, but that 99.4 is not super nutty.
That's absurd. These ratios are absurd right now. Berry 99.5 is extremely strong accuracy overall as well, but I mean 99.85 is somehow, some way the second worst accuracy in the lobby in this intro.
Well, to those watching, spectating this match from all over the world or wherever you are, please lend these players their energy as they are playing quite basically the most stamina intensive pick in this pool, and they are showing super nutty active form here.
This is absolutely insane. YZ is actually, that's going to be the first significant miss after Berry's one. But it is going to be the accuracy lead still in favor of South Korea. YZ finds another miss.
Berry is hitting quite early, as we've seen like in the earlier pick. But still, South Korea should be able to maintain the lead as YZ recovers back to that 400 combo.
Yeah, with a pick this long, 4 minutes long, it's the accuracy that's really going to make the difference here. And YZ very clearly ahead of Berry right now as far as the accuracy. Dressup does find a miss. This spices things up a little bit.
It's super clean though. It's basically just 0.02 behind Kura's accuracy. But the Philippines do have substantial combos. Berry does need to get that accuracy up though if they want to pull the lead to their end.
Yeah, Berry on a effective full combo, pseudo full combo here. It's only 40 combo off. Oh no! Oh
good
no.
one. Good one.
That one hurts. Okay, that one hurts. That is going to be a miss from Berry. Only full combo left is on Kuros. Oh my god, YZ!
Oh, that's a messy throw. That's a messy throw from YZ.
That was really messy. That's a big accuracy drop as well from YZ. And now all of a sudden we're back to being fairly close as far as the points go. Kura still the only one holding on to this full combo. Dressup's accuracy though is extremely high still.
South Korea really holding on to that advantage, like their lives depend on it.
Yeah, they still have this accuracy advantage overall. They just need to maintain this accuracy and not miss too much. They do have the advantage, but easier said than done.
Berry is starting to recover accuracy, so South Korea needs to pull ahead a bit more. Here we go, tensor chord streams. Oh my gosh, Kura! I don't want to mention Kura for the meantime. Berry dropping that substantial combo. Dresser as well.
But trades are fine for South Korea right now as long as they don't give up misses for free. They are still in the lead off of the back of this accuracy. Dressup still holding accuracy a little bit above Kura. YZ still beating Berry in the accuracy. That's what's doing it right now. And we're towards the end of the map already. They just need to manage to hold on to this combo.
Definitely. Like, and South Korea, it does appear that they are pulling that advantage just a tad bit ahead, and this does. And South Korea should be able to pick up their 4th point in this match. I don't want to mention one of these scores. Why is he dropping that?
Oh, don't call it too early. Don't call it too early. YZ dropping a little bit, going within 4,000 points at the end. That was a little bit scary, but my 4,200s. Oh.
Dresser and Kura are decent at this game.
They're all right.
Very decent.
They've certainly been playing this game for at least a few weeks.
Oh man.
And yeah, the Kura FC as well. 992k once again getting above 990k. We're seeing one of these players.
I have a request to any of these players being on stream. Can I borrow you guys' hands? I need to upscore my Unter Himmel score on my profile just to get a few more PP in my profile. Thank you very much.
Please. But now, okay, now we're in a situation. Even though Philippines is in the lead technically in the score, I think this is actually a very tense situation for them because realistically, they're only one breakpoint away from having this slip out of their fingers once again, and they have to pick between two maps that they're not going to be easy to win against South Korea.
Okay, so let's step back just a tad bit. Glorious is high BPM hybrid. It's going to be like, considering like it's just classified as one of those, it's going to be a bit more straightforward. And you have Hybrid 1, Saval, which is practically a chord stream chart. This guy's as a hybrid and they are going for that. So Glorious will not, the other also original in this pool, will not be debuting in this match.
I mean, unless South Korea win this and then pick it themselves, that's a possibility.
Yeah. That's a possibility indeed, but I would presume that they are going to be picking the remaining prize pick, which is the Corjax, should they extend this match by one more map.
Yeah, but we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, though, this is going to be Philippines' last pick. So this is the best chance that Philippines has to be able to take it right now over South Korea. If South Korea manage to win this, they have a very, very strong chance of bringing this match back and taking it to the tiebreaker.
And
so this is an extremely important map.
yeah, and similar to what happened at that semifinals match, you don't really want South Korea. You don't really want to enter a tiebreaker with South Korea because they are the ones that will immediately get the advantage, pretty much.
I mean, I don't even know about that. I think with how this match is going, I don't know who to favor in the tiebreaker.
But like on a more practical sense, you would expect South Korea having like a bit more of the advantage. Though obviously the match does say it's going to be super close either way.
But man, here we go. 2 minutes long. This one is another one that's very tense. Once again, we're going to see another map here that's going to be defined by the misses, you have to imagine.
Yeah, only 2 minutes. The Philippines bidding for that outright spot in the grand finals. South Korea bidding to extend this by one more map and going into their final pick of the match as well. So you would presume that this is also a tiebreaker bid for South Korea. YZ getting an early drop in this 2-minute pick, so there's not much really room for mistakes here, especially that the Philippines has been showing quite the ability to maintain these combos, especially that player above Berry right now, and Berry is not slacking as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the accuracy still very close between the two teams. It's only that very early miss, and that was before the 400 mark as well for YZ. So a miss now would mean even more in terms of score than that earlier miss.
Dresser carrying the highest accuracy in this entire lobby, which is starting to pull the lead towards South Korea's side.
Yeah, accuracy from YZ now actually beating out Berry, approaching Kura's accuracy, and it's flickering back and forth despite the miss.
And does appear that it might be advantage South Korea, though YZ actually dropping accuracy and that combo as well, giving the Philippines that precious advantage that they need.
And oh my god, those LNs are so tense! Everyone comboing through them. Similar accuracies, all four players have basically the exact same accuracies, but a couple of misses for South Korea. That's all the difference, and YZ finds another one.
Oh man, you have to keep your head down and stay and look forward still.
But the accuracy lead is still in South Korea's favor. YZ is tying Berry's accuracy right now despite the misses.
Oh my goodness, if you're the Philippines right now, you have to be shaking. Like, obviously, I think everybody is aware of my nationality, but I have to still stay impartial. YZ still already kind of recovering very well. Dresser being pretty much nutty. But
oh my god,
that
is going to be it. That is double full combo for the Philippines.
Oh my god, and the Philippines pulling off a miracle, booking their place in the Osimhen 7K World Cup Grand Finals. And oh man,
and that is it. That is going to be #1 seed sent down to the losers bracket. Philippines securing top 2 and also completing the revenge run against their semifinals opponent from last year.
Wow. Oh man. Okay, let me just say something. South Korea is going to be one heck of a titan in the losers bracket, and all of the teams have to be super wary of that, especially going into next weekend. And the Philippines, what can I say?
That was an absolutely insane performance.
Yeah. Let me just say one line in Filipino. May himala. A miracle has happened. Wow.
And that is going to be it for the first match. Philippines going to be in the grand finals. And you know, this is the sign. Maybe if they can pull this off again, perhaps next week, it could be
Who knows?
the first
Who knows?
the first winner that is not South Korea in a very, very long time for the 7 Key World Cup.